Imagine one of the world's most trusted car manufacturers intentionally deceiving millions of customers and governments around the globe. This isn't a plot from a Hollywood blockbuster, but a real-life scandal that rocked the automobile industry, the Volkswagen Emissions Scandal, also known as Dieselgate. This shocking revelation came to light when it was discovered that Volkswagen, a company known for reliability and trust, had been installing software in its diesel cars to cheat emissions tests. This software was designed to give false readings during tests, making it look like the cars were emitting far less harmful pollutants than they actually were. In reality, these cars were emitting up to 40 times the legal limit of pollutants that contribute to air pollution and breathing difficulty. This was a shocking revelation that left millions questioning their trust in world-famous brand. To fully grasp the gravity of Dieselgate, we must travel back to the beginning. This story of deception and deceit begins in 2005. Volkswagen, a giant in the car space, was in a race to become the world's largest car manufacturer. However, they faced a big hurdle: meeting the emission standards set by the United States Environmental Protection Agency. Volkswagen made a decision that would later stain their reputation and trust. Instead of developing technology to reduce emissions, they chose to cheat. Volkswagen engineers were told to design a software, known as a defeat device, that could trick the emissions tests. This software would detect when a vehicle was being tested, and only then would it activate the car's emission controls, enabling Volkswagen to cheat the test. Fast forward to 2014, nearly a decade later. A small research team from West Virginia University came across some funny findings while testing Volkswagen diesel cars. The vehicle's emissions on the road were a lot higher than what was recorded during official tests. These findings sparked suspicion, and the team alerted the authorities. The next year, in 2015, the Environmental Protection Agency issued a notice of violation to Volkswagen. The company was cornered and could no longer deny the allegations. On September 18, Volkswagen admitted to installing the defeat devices in 11 million cars worldwide. This admission shook the car industry to its core. Volkswagen, a trusted brand, had intentionally deceived its customers and regulators for a decade. And so the world was left in shock as the truth about Volkswagen's deception surfaced. This was not a simple mistake or a technical glitch. It was a calculated, deliberate act of deception, one that would have far-reaching impacts on the environment, public health, and the trust of millions of customers around the globe. Now you may be thinking, how did Volkswagen manage to pull off such a massive fraud? Let's delve into the technical aspects of this scandal. At the heart of this deceit, the defeat device software. This clever but deceptive software was designed to manipulate the emissions produced by Volkswagen's diesel vehicles during testing. Here's how it worked. The defeat device was a sophisticated piece of software that could detect when the car was being tested. It did this by monitoring various aspects such as the position of the steering wheel, speed, how long the engine had been running for, and other things. When the software detected that the vehicle was under testing conditions, it triggered a change in the car's performance. The engine would switch to a mode that was specifically designed to emit less pollutants, making it appear as if the car was compliant with environmental standards. But in real-world driving conditions, things were very different. Once the vehicle was out on the open road, the defeat device would switch the engine back to its normal high-emission mode. This mode prioritized performance and fuel economy over emissions, resulting in the release of significantly higher levels of pollutants into the atmosphere. What types of pollutants are we talking about? Nitrogen oxides or NOx. These are harmful pollutants that contribute to smog, acid rain, and various breathing diseases. When the vehicles were operating in their normal high-emission mode, they were found to be emitting up to 40 times the legally allowed level of NOx. So, while Volkswagen's diesel vehicles appeared to be clean and green during testing, they were far from it in everyday use. This software, this defeat device, allowed Volkswagen to knowingly and willfully violate environmental standards. The after effects of Dieselgate were very bad indeed. After the scandal, the tremors of shock were felt around the world. The first casualty was Volkswagen's CEO, Martin Winterkorn, who stepped down just 5 days after the news broke. His resignation was a clear acknowledgement of how bad the situation was. This marked the beginning of a massive shakeup within the company's management. The financial implications were, and continue to be, massive. In the United States alone, Volkswagen faced fines exceeding $18 billion for violating the Clean Air Act. The sums were staggering, the penalties were severe, and the message was clear: Environmental regulations could not be cheated. But the financial blow did not end there. Lawsuits were filed by customers, dealers, and investors from around the globe, further adding to the company's financial crisis. The total cost of these lawsuits is yet to be confirmed, but the financial loss incurred on a global scale is estimated to be more than $30 billion. In an attempt to rectify the situation, Volkswagen recalled over 11 million vehicles worldwide. These were vehicles that had been fitted with the defeat device, the very tool used to cheat the emissions tests. The recall was a massive operation, one that strained the resources of the company even further. Yet, perhaps the most significant damage of all was to Volkswagen's reputation. The company, which had once been a world leader in engineering and reliability, was now seen as an environmental villain. Trust once broken is difficult to rebuild, and the road to redemption for Volkswagen was long and with lots of challenges. As we reflect on the aftermath of Dieselgate, we see a company in turmoil, a reputation tarnished, and a trust shattered. It's a sobering tale of what can happen when greed overrides ethical considerations. Dieselgate serves as a stark reminder of the catastrophic consequences of corporate deception. In the wake of Dieselgate, the car industry and regulators worldwide were forced to face some hard truths. The scandal highlighted the urgent need for stricter emissions testing and called for a higher degree of transparency from manufacturers. It also propelled a significant impact in the shift towards electric vehicles as people began to reconsider our dependency on fossil fuels. As we move forward, Dieselgate will forever stand as a testament to the importance of integrity and transparency in the car industry.